Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Alrighty, today I was going to do my typical videos on sports cards, but I had to do this on Scottie Pippen again. And I did a video saying Scottie Pippen has lost his mind. Well, I didn't realize that he could lose his mind even further. He went on the Dan Patrick show today and stated that Phil Jackson is a racist. Yeah, Phil Jackson, the same guy that coached Michael Jordan, the same guy that coached Kobe Bryant, the same guy that coached Shaq and won 11 titles with people of all different backgrounds. And he said that Phil Jackson, the ultimate Zen Buddhist, is a racist? Come on. Come on. I mean, either he is really desperate in selling his books or he's grieving from the fact that his son just died. I mean, those are the only things that I could think of. I don't know why on earth you would say something crazy like that. And this comment stems from the play 1994, where Phil Jackson designed a play that would allow Tony Kukoc to shoot the shot against the Knicks, and they won. And Scottie Pippen refused to play, like I was talking about yesterday. Scottie Pippen felt that he deserved that play more because he was the leader of the team. Well, at the end of the day, the goal is to win. It doesn't matter who makes the shot. And the thing is, was it racist when Michael Jordan had the final shot over Brian Russell against the Utah Jazz in 1998? You know, the game-winning shot, Game 6. So does anyone say anything about that? I mean, or does he say anything about that? It's just ridiculous. It's just ludicrous. And I was talking to my buddy John. He was on the program earlier, and he told me that he read this book, Sacred Hoops, about the Bulls in the 90s and the coaching of Phil Jackson. And in that book, Tony Kukoc wasn't given as many lax restrictions as compared to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen got away with things because Scottie Pippen proved himself to Phil. Anytime Tony Kukoc would not follow the triangle properly, well, he got yelled at. He got in trouble from Phil Jackson. So Phil Jackson held him to a higher standard. Phil Jackson was more tough with Tony Kukoc than Scottie Pippen. Who was tough with Scottie Pippen was Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was tough with everyone, but especially Scottie Pippen. You know, they used to do one-on-one defense, and, you know, that's why Scottie Pippen became such a great player. Jordan pushed him. And from what I remember, Jordan praised Scottie Pippen that he wouldn't be able to do it without Scottie. So it's just ludicrous. It's just crazy. And this goes to show me how much of a great leader with the Bulls, I'm not talking about with the Wizards, Michael Jordan was. The thing is, he was able to manage all of these egos. Same thing with Phil Jackson. You have to see how good of a coach Phil Jackson was. You had these guys with high egos. You had the players despise management. And despite all of that, they still managed to win 6 titles. Like, I don't know what coach can put all these guys in the same room, win 6 titles, 2 three-peats, with Michael Jordan taking 2 years off. Just imagine if Michael Jordan didn't take those 2 years off. They may have won one of those years. Because of free agency, they did lose Horace Grant, and he did go to the Magic, and the Magic did beat the Bulls. I think it was in 1995. Regardless, Phil Jackson held the core really well. And then on top of it, you have an individual like Dennis Rodman, who used to go party out in Vegas. Michael Jordan convinced Phil Jackson Dennis Rodman needs a break. He let him go to Vegas. He let him party with Carmen Electra. And bada bing, bada boom, you know, he had to manage all of this. And he had to make sure the players didn't get so ticked off that he tried to level their negativity and turn into something positive. He said, okay, it's us versus the management. And that's why Jerry Krause wanted to get rid of Phil Jackson, because Jerry Krause got offended that Phil Jackson would do all of this craziness to try to motivate the team in an unconventional manner. It makes me think of guys like Phil Jackson and managing people with crazy egos or that are just nuts. You have to look at Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had to deal with Antonio Brown. I don't know how he was able to manage Antonio Brown. You have to remember, Antonio Brown used to fart in the face of physicians, of his doctor one time. His doctor actually sued him, from what I remember. He used to start fights with moving companies. Antonio Brown had problems off the field. He had to settle some sexual harassment thing with this one lady. And the other thing is, it just shows you how much of a good coach Tomlin was, just dealing with him. And it also shows, if you look at Tom Brady, how much of a good leader Tom Brady is. He managed to control Antonio Brown, and they won a Super Bowl. He babysat him. He convinced Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians dealt with Antonio Brown. I don't think Bruce Arians wanted him, but Tom Brady said, like, you know what, I'm going to basically babysit him. I'm going to control him. And Antonio Brown, you know, did a good job in the Super Bowl. And he helped them win. So, looking at all of this, looking at what Scottie Pippen's saying, knowing that no one said anything about Phil Jackson back in the day, no one called him racist. Scottie Pippen didn't say one thing whatsoever. It looked like they had a good relationship. Yeah, Phil Jackson may have been a jerk, but you have to be a jerk to succeed, dealing with all these egos. So, looking at that, looking at all of this, it just seems that Scottie Pippen needs to get legitimate help, or Scottie Pippen really needs to keep quiet. There are ways you could market your book, but by no means you should be taking shots at Kevin Durant like that. You shouldn't be taking shots at Phil Jackson. You shouldn't be taking shots at Michael Jordan. Yeah, you may have some grievances and whatnot, but come on. You're much better than that. And I told you yesterday, we just got this in the mail the other day, and we're going to try to sell these, and, I'm disappointed. I'm going to be going back to the office soon. I was going to take one to the office. I don't want to do it anymore. It's really disappointing. I mean, I was really ticked off when I heard that. And I understand there may be a marketing element to it, but this is probably the worst way to market yourself. There are better ways where you can try to sell your book. I mean, how much money do you need? I mean, you've made millions of dollars in the NBA. Sure, one of your financial managers may have screwed you over in the past, from what I remember reading. But come on, man. I mean, is this how he wants to be remembered for the rest of his life? The other thing I wanted to get into, from my understanding, I believe Scottie Pippen works for ESPN. You ever notice that all these guys on ESPN say the most outrageous things? Jalen Rose went on the other day. Screaming A. Smith says ridiculous things all the time. Max Kellerman says ridiculous things all the time. I don't know if it's ESPN's policy to try to tell their employees, say the most ridiculous things. You say the most ridiculous things, you get the most retweets, you get the most shares on social media. It's good for ratings. It's good for advertisers. And it doesn't matter what you say because you're woke and you could get away with it. I wonder if ESPN is really saying that. And ESPN has taken a hit over the past year because of COVID. Part of it may be also due to, their political leanings. It's just really strange. Our society was normal 5, 6, 7 years ago, and now everyone's getting woke. I mean, are people blackmailed, or are they just doing it for the ratings? It's crazy, man. Anyways, guys, I will be doing a sports card video soon. But in the meantime, if you like my content, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, and I'll talk to you another day, guys. Thanks. Bye.